Hello everyone, welcome at the press conference of the final classical game. Today the game has ended in a draw and the score is 7-7. Tomorrow we're going to have the tie breaks. About the tie breaks we will talk later today. So I will go right away to the questions, and my first question is to Jan. Could you take us through the moment when you played e5 in the end game? What was the idea behind this move, and how have you evaluated the chances to convert the endgame into the point?
Good question. I guess e5 is the move which spoils the advantage, because I missed the idea that after rook h8 he can double actually on the back rank, like play rook g2 g8. This was quite a shocking moment, and I guess some move like rook b3 instead of e5, and white is just paralyzed. So it would be basically a matter of quite a simple technique. And then I just didn't see how to white has two ideas. First is b6. If I move my rook away from the 8th rank, and another idea is rook g2 g8, and surprisingly white can unpin. This was quite unlucky. So once I thought e5 could never spoil anything, such an easy move, fixing the pawn structure and everything, but probably rook b3 with the idea after rook h8 already have this rook to, I don't know, d4 or rook to d6. Should be easily winning, but yeah.
Thank you. Next question to Dink. The game has started with a solid-looking Nimzo-Indian with bishop d2. But then you unleashed with knight g5 move, a very aggressive move. Was your choice to play more risky today to an attempt to avoid going into tie breaks?
No, it depends on the position. I thought I may have some got more tempos in this position, so I think I have some chance to launch the attack. For example, even g4 I also considered, but I was very optimistic after knight g5. Also, a little bit excited when playing this move, but then I realized after queen c7, it's suddenly I have to go to a defense mode. That's a turning point of the game, I guess.
In one of the previous press conferences, you promised some interesting ideas for the last rounds. Was knight g5 one of those secret weapons, or you came up with the move during the game?
Yeah, it came during the game, but obviously with this move I'm playing for a win. At that point, I thought it might be the decisive game, but I'm very lucky. Last time in World Cups against Aronian, I also defend a very bad endgame against him in last classical games.
And Jan, you have played the opening phase quite convincingly. Have you anticipated Nimzo-Indian bishop d2 variation? And we have witnessed in cameras the reaction that you had after seeing knight to g5 on the board. What was your first thought when you saw that move?
Actually, I just didn't buy it. So it didn't seem like it's gonna work because I never played any suspicious moves. I'm well developed, and if knight g5 and h4 would win every game, then it would be chess would be much easier for white.
And another moment when you seemed surprised in the cameras was when Ding played bishop to b4. How have you evaluated that position in that endgame?
Well, it was slightly unpleasant for white, but after bishop b4, it seems like if things don't work out too well for white probably is just lost after this move. I mean, it's look very, very very suspicious. But yeah, I guess thanks to this move rook c4, white is not losing by force. And then I guess knight c5 was an inaccuracy, so maybe knight e5 was the move. But yeah, surprisingly, the position is still quite solid. Yeah, but bishop b4 is such a decision. Probably indicated that my opponent thinks he's in trouble.
Right. Dink, you have sacrificed the pawn on g2 when the game was heading to the end game. Could you please explain to us what was your reasoning when you made this decision?
Well, first I calculated bishop g3, but he can play, I think, both knight g6 or knight d7 with the idea of knight e5, and it's I guess it's difficult to play for white. Also, I consider f3 to stay passive, but then actually I didn't calculate carefully for the line bishop g2. Yeah, I just sacrifice the pawn with knight c5.
All right. I don't have more chess-related questions. I will go now with the general question, and I'll start with Ding with you. When you're looking back of these 14 games that you have played in the match, which was the most difficult game for you?
The most difficult moment, I think on the seventh game, it's during the time trouble. I suddenly lost in thoughts, and I just couldn't make the decisions. Yeah, it's also it's the game afterwards. It's it influenced me. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. And what about you, Jan? What was the most difficult game out of these 14?
I guess all games were difficult in its own way. So it's like I think I wouldn't specify one.
Okay. How difficult was to prepare? This is the question for both players. How difficult was to prepare for today's game, as it was the last classical game of the match? And have you felt any more pressure compared to the previous games in the match? I think we will go first with you.
Yeah, since the situation has changed today, I'm not the one who must win with white pieces, so I can decide to play which opening, and in the end I play this line. I guess it's not so risky, but afterwards it turns out to be very I'm wrong. The preparation is not. Yeah, it's more about mentally.
All right, thank you. What about you, Jan?
I don't know what to say.
Do you want me to repeat?
Yeah, you can repeat, but I mean, I think I want anyway, I want to be able to say a lot.
All right, my next two questions to both players, and then I'll give the time to press. Today, one of you could become the world champion. Is this thought cross your mind at any point today in the game? have you thought that, let me enjoy this moment thing? Let's go with you first.
Well, only the mind sort of did not get the world champion comes to my mind at some point.
Right. What about you, Jan?
I guess it's anyway was too early to count chickens.
All right. And my last question is about the tie breaks. So the match is tied 7-7 in the classical portion, and tomorrow we are going to the rapid portion. 4 games, 25 minutes plus 10 seconds. After almost 1 month of playing classical chess, will you find it difficult to adopt the rapid? Dink, let's go first with you.
Well, at least we have one, not 1 day, but half days to rest, to think about the rapid game.
All right. What about you, Jan?
Sorry, what?
Is it difficult to adopt after such a long tournament playing classical chess to rapid portion?
No, we'll see. Yeah.
All right. Thank you for the answers. It has been really long game indeed, and it's now time to go to press.
Здравствуйте, Эльмира Мирзоева, телеканал Матч ТВ. Вопрос Яну Непомнящему. Ян, вообще вот вас удивил сегодня дебютный выбор оппонента, вариант со слон d2, решающая партия. И вот насколько вы вообще думали, что ваш соперник будет готов на себя брать риск, ну вот для того, чтобы выиграть белыми решающую партию?
Ну, любой дебют можно
just
играть.
Just a second. Jan, the question is to you. Were you surprised by your opening, choosing the bishop d2 in the beginning, and he was going to take a risk and to trying to win? So how can you assess, and were you surprised by it?
Ну, любой дебют можно играть по-разному. Я думаю, что Немцович и 3 слон d2 – это очень крепкий вариант. А другое дело, что после конь g5 и h4 белые взяли на себя некие обязательства. Вот. Ну, все равно какая-то получается борьба, так или иначе.
I think any opening is good, but Nemcovich opening and bishop d2 and then knight g5 and h4, I think it was good. It's quite solid, and every player has its own tasks, and it was a good game. I think it was quite solid.
Thank you. Next question, Leoncho.
Leoncho Garcia from El País. My first question is to Jan. As today's game was the last classical one, I guess this is the right moment to ask you about what I consider one of the most important points in the whole match. In several critical positions in different games, you play quickly instead of thinking with more calm. Can you explain why?
That's a good point. Probably I should have spent some more time, but at the moment it seems like normally it seems that I knew what's the correct move, but not every time it was correct.
Thank you. And for Liren, please, you are not among the top 100 in Blitz. I understand that means that you play very few Blitz tournaments, but then the question is, does it mean that you don't like to play Blitz?
Oh, it's maybe because I was inactive at that point. Yes, I haven't played so many Blitz games in recent years. Also online, I didn't play so much. Yeah, general, I didn't like playing some random Blitz games online.
Thank you very much. Next question, please.
Вопрос к обоим участникам, к Яну и к Дину. Вот Рапид предстоит, да, после действительно месяца практически классики. Как вы проведете оставшиеся часы? Может быть, там парочка тренировочных партий будет сыграна? Или все-таки полностью отдых для восстановления сил?
The question is to both players. So after almost a month of playing classical chess, now you're going to face rapid, and how you will spend these few hours? Will you make some trainings, or you're going to rest more?
We will go first with the Ding.
Well, now I thought I need to take a rest and try to find the motivations for tomorrow's rapid tie break.
Thank you. Jan?
Shall I translate?
Yes, please.
Дин говорит, что я думаю, что сперва нужно отдохнуть, и потом уже нужно найти какую-то мотивацию на завтрашний рапид и хорошо подготовиться.
Ну, я думаю, что сегодня уже немножко как поиграл, да? Вот, поэтому, наверное, буду отдыхать.
Actually, today I have played enough, and that's why I'm gonna rest.
Okay.
Портал
Next question.
KZ, вопрос для обоих. Имеет ли право Магнус Карлсон сыграть чемпионский матч с будущим чемпионом без турнира претендентов? На вопрос обоих.
So I'm from Portal KZ, and the question is Magnus Carlsen able to play the championship match without the contender tournament with the future champion?
Who is this question to?
To both players. I think.
Я думаю, что в зале присутствуют некоторые официальные лица из FIDE, и, может быть, они смогут пролить свет на этот интересный вопрос.
I think in the audience there are FIDE representatives, so they can answer this question.
Yes, thank you. The answer is no.
Спасибо. Ответ нет.
Thank you. Do we have more questions in the press?
Дин еще не ответил.
It will not change any the reality. Sorry. Let's go the next question. Do we have? All right. It's time for just Space India, please.
Hi, Aditya from Chessbase India. Question to Nepo. Nepo, in the first 10 minutes, you almost blitzed out the opening. And when Ding took almost 13 minutes to play Queen C2, you immediately played D takes C4. Could you please tell us that till what point was your preparation?
I guess I checked something like this. So I knew, I think there were some games, and I think I can only recall that knight c6 is inaccurate because of rook d1. But I guess dc4 is I think, if I'm not mistaken, that's the correct move.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. Do we have more questions, please?
Менің есімім Асылбек, Қазақстан ұлттық арнасының журналистімін. Менің сұрағым екі гроссмейстерге. Жалпы осы ойыннан ұтып алатын қаржыларыңызды неге жұмсайсыздар? Көп жеңімпаздар мұндай қаржыны қайырымдылыққа жұмсап жатады.
Hello, I'm from Kazakhstan TV channel, and the question is to both players. How are you going to spend your prize fund after the match? And normally players spend some portion of it for charity. What about you?
Jan, we will go first with you.
Let me think some, next time about this.
Я подумаю, мен ойлана жатармын. Осы туралы келесіде сөйлесеміз. То есть мы поговорим об этом в будущем.
What about you, Ding?
Well, I'd like to travel when I have some spare time.
Я бы хотел путешествовать, когда у меня будет свободное время. Менің бос уақытым болған кезде мен әлемді аралағым келеді.
Thank you very much. Do we have more question in press? I don't see more questions here. So now it's time to call on the stage the chief arbiter. Nebojša Baralic, who will announce the format of the tiebreaks and also will draw the lots.
Good evening. After 14 games, the final result is equal, 7-7. According to the regulation, tiebreak shall be played tomorrow at 3 p.m. 4 rapid games shall be played with time control 25 minutes plus 10 seconds, increment per move starting from move 1. After 4 rapid games, in case his results is tied, 2 blitz games will be played with time control 5 minutes plus 3 seconds, increment per move starting from move 1. In case after 2 blitz games the results is still equal, 2 more games, blitz games with the same time control 5 minutes plus 3 seconds will be played. So after the results is still tie, we will continue with 1 blitz games with time control 3 minutes plus 2 seconds per move. Next, in the results is draw, we will continue with 1 more blitz games with the same time control 3 minutes plus 2 seconds. And in case draw, we will continue until the first player win the game. So the tiebreak will start tomorrow at 3 p.m. And now it's time to organizing a drawing of colors for the rapid games. Give me 1 second.
We have 2 boxes, and inside of the boxes there are pieces.
Okay, I would like to ask Mr. Ding Lijen to choose 1 box because the Mr. Jan Nepomniachtchi did it during the opening ceremony from the standard games. Mr. Ding?
Yeah, you can. Yes, please take it. It's white pieces.
It's white. I will check the second one. So, Mr. Dingligen tomorrow first game will play with white pieces and Mr. Jan Nepomniachtchi with black pieces. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So we do have the colors tomorrow at 3 p.m. The tie breaks will start. Thank you very much.